So. All right, league number 2 here tonight. We're going to be playing some Gruul Prison here. Some would say Panza, some would say Prison, some would say Karnza. And they're probably all correct if you're really honest. It does ditch Chalice of the Void, and we get to play a bunch of 1-drops since we end up doing that. We have things like Lightning Bolt, Arbor Elf, and Utopia Sprawl. We have 21 lands here, and we are able to play Karn or Chandra here on turn 2. And we do this by doing an Arbor Elf on turn 1, followed by Utopia Sprawl on a forest with a second land, and then you can get a 4-drop. This does enable us to do Boil, and this also enables us to do things all in the 3 slot here almost constantly, with things like Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl being those ramp. Now keep in mind that Utopia Sprawl needs to be attached to a forest. If it's attached to a stomping ground, then we play Blood Moon, things go awry. Otherwise, list is pretty stock here in terms of meshing the 2 builds together. And then on the sideboard, we have things like Kitchen Sphinx. We have got Anger Gods to do board wipes. We've got a Karn package here with Bridge, Coating, Torp Orb, Pithing Needle, and Cage. We also have Worm Coil and Ballista to make things to be a little bit more top end. Got a Chandra Awakened Inferno. It's basically just trying to do Karn, stabilize the board, and then end the game with perhaps some things like Pillage and Stone Rain. With that, let's play some Magic. And then this is done by John B, by the way. John B being a member of our Prison Discord. And I said they got a 5-0 recently, so hats off to them. Let's go. Let's find our first match. We're going to keep the headphones off, kind of overheating a little bit here under the lights. And the room has the fan on now. I guess you can't see that, but it's spinning. Cool us off. Hopefully I don't miss bits, subs, follows, all that. Remember when the state was frozen? Yeah. Now that I think about it, Simian Spirit Guide made Modern Art Prison more of a glass cannon. I would disagree on the glass cannon thing. You're wearing a sweater and sweatpants? Just yesterday we were wearing long sleeves, and now today I am in total short sleeves. So, yeah. Let's play first. Carmine is our opponent. Just keep this. This is just solid turn 3. Play some things, mess with our opponent, and go from there. Let's not take any damage as well. We'll see how quick this league goes. Hopefully it moves along nicely. Burn is going to be a tough one for us to beat, for sure. Klothys helps with that a lot. Let's go. You're 10 degrees out? Huh. They're obliging with the speedy league. Indeed, indeed, indeed. At least Klothys can get some life gain for us. We're going to use the Wooded Foothills as a bit of a scry here. There's an Arbor Elf. I don't want an Arbor Elf. With that, we'll take a Stomping Ground here. Easy God of Destiny. Hopefully gain some life soon. Opponent puts a Rift Bolt Suspended. It's a Blood Moon. Blood Moon's tempting here, only because white mana is still available to my opponent. So using Pyromancer's tempting here because it creates blockers. God of Destinies here is interesting. I'm taking 3 going to 11, 9, 7. Bolt kills me. I think it's smarter to season Pyromancer, getting rid of Bridge plus maybe Karn. Although Karn could go get Liquid Metal or a Worm Coil. get rid of a Stone Rain. Oh gosh, those are bad. We're looking at this as a way to gain life. I ditched the Stone Rain, and then a bridge isn't very good against burn. We're gonna Rift Bolts us, which is looking sketchy. Let's also get some things in the graveyard for God of Destiny. We can block the Goblin Guide here. The only thing this plays into is a Searing Blaze, which my opponents have been known to have. Opponent bolts us down to 8. Looks like they had both bolts. Yep. So playing anything but this would have resulted in us losing. There's a Pillage. We'll block. We get to trade out the Goblin Guide here. Opponent follows it up with a Suspended Rift Bolt. Alright, well, don't really have much to do here. Just God of Destiny and Hope. God of Destiny and Hope. We're going to 2. Down to 2 here. Any spell wins it for them. I guess Blood Moon's my next play. Nope, no next play. Helix or Boros Charm. Alright, Burn. Oh, Burn. Gonna make this hard, aren't you? You're gonna make this hard, aren't you? Alright. So bridge isn't very good, and I don't see a reason for a Pillage or really Stone Rain, but I don't want to take that many out. I think it's just going to be like Wormcoil plus Chandra, just as like board wipes, but I don't really like that. We have Kitchen Finks though, we have Lightning Bolts. We know what we're playing against. Anger of God's not a bad sweeper as well. We don't really have any artifacts that matter too much. I could maybe not do the Chandra Awakened and do like a Walking Ballista as like a removal. So it's either Chandra or Walking Ballista. Could even take one Karn out here. One Karn, have the Walking Ballista and the Chandra. That's maybe not the worst. They're slow playing us. Alright, let's play first. Okay. How bad is this gonna be? Well, if they don't bolt the bird... And if they bolt the bird, it's 3 damage to the bird, not to me. Arbor Elf played here. My opponent fetches, gets a mountain, plays a Swift Spear. We're gonna take our 1 point. Stomping Ground tapped, new Arbor Elf, and I'll swing at them for 1. The intention is not to block here and hopefully get a Wormcoil Engine out. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, after all, do they really want to kill the Arbor Elves? What could I be ramping into? One-again. Sacred Foundry, shocks in here. Lava Spike, that's going upstairs. Down to 16. Hits for 2. Gonna let this through. Down to 14. Rift Bolt suspended. Alright. I'm going to attack and pass turn. Free reign. Go for it, opponent. You got me. Do whatever you want. Don't kill one of these. Rift Bolt's me. I'm going to 11. This is so precarious, yeah. It may not work here. They kill one of these or do something with it. Boros Charm, bolt me. I'm pretty dead. They'll just need something that reaches me. I'm dead. Alright, my opponent has the turn 3 kill. I do attack with my Arbor Elves here instead of maybe leaving one to block. I'm top decking a Karn. Let's put that one behind us. I'll put that in the rear view mirror. Don't look at it. We just started the league. We're 0-0. Just starting. Ignore burn. We made sure we lost one so John B gets their posting. That's what we did. That's what we did. All right. I don't know about this. Remember Krim? I don't know who you're talking about. We're gonna keep this. All right, this is turn 2 Karn, turn 3 win the game. Watch, watch. We got this. We got this. They kept 5. Flooded Strand. Okay. We have so many Karns. It's so great. Look at all this mana. Hallowed Fountain. Snow-covered island. Shockin'. Attempt Utopia Sprawl. Making... We can do red. Tap. Tap. I think I can do this, right? I'll just make more green. It won't counter this. There we go. Green Karn. I'll get a liquid metal coating if this resolves. We made a lot of mana. We made a lot. Yeah, we won. We won. I guess I'll get my boils in here. Boils, bridges out, bringing a Chandra Awaken Inferno. Hit that submit button. Fast League. The greatest of creators, exactly. I will say this is the style of lists I took to a GP when Red Prison was Charles Boyles? Charles doesn't like Boyle. He's anti-Boyle. After all, he lives in water. Boiling wouldn't be good. But yeah, I took this list to a GP. And keep this. It's a pretty good hand. Pretty good hand. Do the Utopia Sprawls. Pillages them and all that good stuff. We'll make sure to make red with this Utopia Sprawl. Flooded Strand and our Utopia Sprawl. There's no way they counter this, right? No way. All right, opponent. We have a Utopia Sprawl. They did keep all of their cards here. We'll see what they've got for us. Fetches, Hallowed Fountain. All good. Extra Hallowed Fountain here. A foretold card. So, shock in, make more red, and pillage them? God of Destiny is probably just correct here. I want to pillage, but God of Destiny is probably correct. Yeah, it's probably the draw 2 one. It's probably Behold. I like the back of these, or the front, or the whatever the token is. But yeah, it's probably the gain the life, or the gain the draws. Flooded Strand for my opponent. We'll make more mana. Can make red, sure. All right, so we have 4 mana here. I kind of want to play an Arbor Elf and then attempt a pillage. And then just use Karn like crazy. Let's play Arbor Elf here. Let's pillage. Leaving red up for bolt for funds. We're doing this because then with the Arbor Elf, we can do some crazy stuff. Not to mention God of Destiny can start messing with them as well. They force us getting rid of a Supreme Verdict. We'll just pass the turn back to them. It's a good force. It's a good force. I don't know why they didn't just cast a force. It's really good for us. Behold the multiverse. Scry, then draw. Okay. They put one bottom and one top. Field of Ruins here. There's a Teferi. I guess I'll wait on the bolt here. They might bounce Arbor Elf. I can bolt the Teferi away and then maybe do Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bolt. I could also get land here to play Arbor Elf again, so we'll do that. Their life total doesn't matter that much. So Arbor. Let's go ahead and play a Karn. Greatest of creators here. Could have played a Liquid Metal Coating too. I'm going to get the Liquid Metal Coating, and we're going to attempt to bolt Teferi. This feels like the strongest we could do this turn. We're going to slowly chip away at them with the God of Destiny. And if they ever find a way to Celestial Purge this, they've got to back up. I'd imagine Behold looks very nice in foil. Look at the shards. I'm sure that looks pretty crazy. So one thing that's different from Red Prison that this one's giving us is I feel like we're now ahead, even though my opponent has a lot of cards, because we have a God of Destiny. We just kind of sit here and we're going to just whittle away at their life total now, which feels good. Let's go ahead and attempt a Liquid Metal Coating first. This should get a counter. Delay. Oh, interesting. Now I kind of want to just play like a Worm Coil or something. See if we can get one of those down. We could have got back our thing from Exile. For everybody shouting, you should have done that. No, let's get a better threat out. But yeah, this is an Exile. You could go grab it, but I'll just take it in 3 turns. Why not? I'll just smash them with this and use this, right? Also, God of Destiny works really well with Karn, but that's just another world. The delay into Teferi makes perfect sense. I'm going to overextend here and put a Kitchen Finks down because the thing we saw was a Supreme Verdict. We haven't seen a Terminus yet. We'll probably lose this Karn, I would imagine, to the Colonnade, but we are representing lethal here in 2 turns. We'll bottom the Aether, we'll bottom because of the Aether Gust. 2 turns with Klothys plus Arbor Elf. Worm Coil Engines here as well. Get more red. They're destroying their place. Maybe they're listening to Jaws. The way you just said da-dun, 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 da-dun. Behold the multiverse. They need a path here. They need a purge. They need a counter spell. They need it all. As long as they sound happy? Yeah. Land. It's a fetch land, unfortunately, for them. Suspend with Liquid Metal Coating. Oh no, opponent. What are you going to do about this? Let's attack. What's the new thing since they killed our monkey? We don't know. We don't know. We're lost. We're lost. Let's try a Chandra here. Up. Up. And we'll pass. I guess I could have attacked with Klothys, but I kind of like having this not be a creature most of the time. That way it just does the 2. We went in 2 turns with Chandra Awakens here as well. That worked nicely. One of the options, since Simian Spirit Guide is banned, is this list, Lucky Pants. It converts us to red-green. It's probably a slightly more versatile list at times in case of future bans, because red and green go nicely together in that kind of like destructive prison style. It's a bit like red-white as well. But if you start offering up all these different types of prison strategies, you end up kind of splitting our focus. I think red prison in general can go into a Maze Mind Tome Mind Stone in a larger prison. And that's where I would start targeting it. We've gotten a, I think it was a 4-1 already with Chandra Tribal. The Chandras have been doing well, for what it's worth. Man, this kind of hand just takes me back. I know this is a newer card, but you know, you just got that good old kitchen finks. This is what I would say. This is what I would say, Lucky. And we're going to embed it in this so it's like in the middle of this league video. So people can't quite call me out unless they watch the full video. But I wouldn't be surprised if Red Prison has a good chance at having something in Modern Horizons 2. We got Season Pyromancer, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do something a little more interesting because they can't push a prison card through Standard. Prison cards don't typically get through Standard anymore because people don't like that strategy, but I believe Wizards honors the idea of the strategy because they have things like, you know, the Time Spiral, they got the Chalice, Red Prison's a thing in Legacy. I think it's just something that has to kind of skip around, or it has to be a very non-prison-y thing in Standard, but works later. Just my thought process. So I think Modern Horizons has a good chance to do something for us. Make red here, and then we can Lightning Bolt plus Arbor Elf. It's a good bolt. That's one thing that the green and red list without chalices. The other thing is we're like slowly trimming chalices and maybe keeping them in the sideboard for exact interactions like this. Burn, prowess, things like Dark Confidant, Swift Spears, the little creatures. You just wanna kill them. We can't get Chalice down fast enough. Doesn't mean that Chalice isn't good. Chalice is still good, but maybe a little interaction is needed. And your prison elements, maybe Bridge and Blood Moon, and a few sweepers. Dreadbores and Inquisitions us. They're doing everything. They're doing everything. I'm going to try to play Karn here, down tick, and go get something. Based on what my opponent seems to be playing here, I'm going to actually go get Bridge. Bridge seems like it would be good because we look to be like a Rakdos mid-range list. Or smaller Rakdos Kid because of the Dark Confidant. Yeah, Karn's kind of turning into the replacement of maybe Chalice. Maybe. Oh, that was a Liliana. Alright. We'll get rid of the Bridge here. I can play Season Pyromancer and get a Pithy Needle because this list runs a Pithy Needle. Here's another reason not to run Chalice, because you can get a Pithy Needle. Isn't that cool? Alright, let's start with the Season Pyromancer here. We get, let's make sure it's a Pithy Needle. Should be a Pithy Needle. Pithy Needle on Liliana of the Veil. And Liliana is a difficult card sometimes for us to deal with. So this is a great example of where Chalice on 1 would kind of hinder us. And yeah, we'd stop a Bolt and Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes, but we wouldn't be stopping, well, we'd be stopping the Fatal Push here too. But we wouldn't be stopping some of these 2-drops that they have. Let's go ahead and attack Liliana. We want to kill Liliana here before going after their life total. Only because if they find like an abrupt decay or something, Liliana's difficult for us to deal with. Am I a bad person if I assembled Tron more than once tonight? No, you're not a bad person. Could have gotten Spyglass anyway. We could have. K-Command is a rough card, yes. Seasoned Pyromancer is pretty rough to see. Inquisition's away. Cool, cool, cool. Circle of the Bee was good when you could turn one. Let's go up. Let's attack Liliana, see if they want to trade, and then I'll just play a bridge here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could just do this. I'm gonna do Seasoned Pyromancer because I like the idea of maybe getting Worm Coil. Trade is better for me because I have the lands. They might steal this, which is fine. Ooh, that's not ideal. I still think I go get like a Worm Coil engine here. I'm worried about like Bolt taking care of my Karns, so just getting to slap in a giant Worm Coil here seems good. And I don't even know if I need to play the bridge or not. Just because now I can attack safely with a Worm Coil engine. Feels like the right spot to be in. There's a Channeler. It's kind of annoying. I do get another land here. I guess I'm looking for like a Chandra at this point. I can also play down the bridge. It's a good card. So let's attack them with a Worm Coil engine here. It's kind of nice because even if they chump block or maybe block with Seasoned Pyromancer, I'm still gaining some life here. Okay, a little Worm Coil dies, not a big deal. Play a God of Destiny here and follow it up with, I think it's, I wanna say it's safe to do bridge, but let's not. I don't think they can beat Klothys. Whenever we play Rakdos Prison, Klothys is probably the worst card for us to see. And even with us playing this, we can't like deal with a Klothys. Stomps away Karn, okay. And then I'm just gonna replay this. Then I'm gonna eat your Seasoned Pyromancer, tasty. Like we could probably hide behind the bridge at this point. Or just troll a new Karn. This Karn down tick. Go get Walking Ballista. Let's just like try to end this game. Attack with just the Death Toucher. Yeah, I think Liquid Metal is just like, it's prison-y, but we just need to like turn the corner on this opponent. We're dealing some here, getting a Walking Ballista shoots them. There's a Klothys or a Kroxa. Like all these cards would be really brutal to us if we didn't have God of Destiny. And it's really funny playing this card now, because I've played a red prison list where I strictly splash for only this card. There's almost no reason not to, right? In some ways. We get to take like these problematic bridge or problematic cards here. We get to, you know, remove things here. I mean, this is just a win, right? Looks like opponent missed some good stuff. Just pump twice here. Hit, and then we just remove. There we go. Main deck graveyard and aggro is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It just helps us stabilize. Like Red Prison right now, Simian Spirit Guide was the way to stabilize. You played the Chalice on one as quick as you could, or the Blood Moon, and hopefully they were maybe able to fetch one color, but that like slows them down. In a way, this is probably just maybe more consistent. It's tough to say if it's more consistent or not than some of the other like strategies. I'm gonna take a Blood Moon and a Stone Rain out here, bring 2 Kitchen Finks, and just be like, let's go, opponent. The reason for this is I think we're main boarded pretty well. Kitchen Finks is just a resilient threat. I'm looking for my bridges, Karns, Chandras. I don't mind Blood Mooning them out and the Stone Rain, but it's not the priority here. Priority here is just to establish a reasonable board, deal with the Liliana as I can, deal with any way they're gonna get rid of my artifacts, things like K-Command, and overrun them with value. Calico, I have no idea how to do anything on the mobile app. I've tried so many things on the mobile app for Twitch, and it's just confusing unless you like live there. The opponent runs Moon, but the Moon is here to get rid of a Kroxa. Rakdos can run Skelemental. That's typically what we run. Most mid-range lists do not. You might see a Hazoret come out from them. That's something we could see. You're not going to see too many 4-drops just because they're playing Dark Confidant. We could bring the Walking Ballista in because we saw the Dark Confidant, but because our list has bolts, I don't feel like I need to do that. Here's a great example of where maybe Blood Moon might work well for us. And we have the optional Lightning Bolt as well. We're going to obviously keep this one. Turn 2 Blood Moon looks pretty nice, especially followed up by a Stone Rain. We only have 1 green pip throughout our entire list, so we only need this 1 forest. We'll see if they Inquisition or Thoughtseize me. Nice. They'll take Blood Moon. Oh, they took Stone Rain. Okay. Maybe a little surprised they did that. We're going to lead with an Arbor Elf here. This way I can fetch and still have Lightning Bolt up if they kill the Arbor Elf. High probability they do kill this. I think it's a mistake to potentially not take the Blood Moon, but they also might be light on lands. All right, little Fatal Push, no problems. Blood Crypt here. This is going to be the turn where they can get a Liliana down. We're going to go ahead and do this to fetch, so I have 1 less land in the library. Plan is to play Blood Moon here. This is where they can get their basic, but they don't just yet. Definitely going to slam out this Blood Moon. Make a little more red here. Shouldn't hurt anything. And Blood Moon. All right, fetches basic Swamp here. My opponent's unlikely to have Kroxa. They're also unlikely to have Liliana, which are probably the 2 things I'm most worried about right now. I expect them to have K-Commands and Bolts right now. They haven't really done anything with creatures, and I think they're expecting us to play something and interact with us. If we do get Karn, we're going to use Karn and go get probably Worm Coil, especially if I draw a land here. Inquisitions us, no Liliana this turn. Maybe Swamp Thoughtseize could be a thing. Now I kind of just want to go get Liquid Metal here. All right, I changed my mind because I top decked a Karn, and they don't know I top decked a Karn. This is probably Bolt, and if I top deck a land, I can Karn, Liquid Metal, and take them off of a swamp. Now they have 2 swamps here. This will be not Liliana. Interesting. Channeler. Well, it was kind of a land. Can make, what, more red? If I go down here, I'm going to lose Karn. If I go up, I have a chance of maybe keeping Karn. It's probably just Worm Coil, though. Worm Coil, hope they don't have a discard like a Thoughtseize. Play the Worm Coil next turn. Work from there. They'll definitely get a look here. They do Bolt Karn, so our Liquid Metal Coating's a little dead in hand. We have 2 more Karns. Opponent is going to attack us for 4. I like that. No follow-up. We'll play a Worm Coil and pass the turn. Alright, gotta wonder what they have in their hand. They didn't play anything that past turn. They only attacked with Channeler. And they didn't have like a K command at the end step or anything like that. Dreadbore. Alright, Worm Coil gets split into. So sorcery speed removal. Blood Chiefs away the Death Toucher and attacks for 4. I'm gonna take the 4 here because we have ways to maybe get around this. Okay. Let's play a Liquid Metal and a Seasoned Pyromancer. This way the Liquid Metal is in play in case I find Karn, which I don't. And we'll attack for 3 past turn. Gain that life back. Gotta gain it back now in case they have a Fatal Push or another Blood Chief's Thirst. Got a nice blocker here in Seasoned Pyromancer. Got our active Liquid Metal Coating. Things are looking decent. Even though it's 12 to 14, I'm feeling pretty safe. Now it's 12 all. Nice. What a cool forest, right? Attacks for 4 here. Super easy block. We're going to just chump block to victory, hopefully. Let's see what we top deck. Ooh, another Channeler. All right. Well, Arbor Elf's not really anything too crazy. We'll play defense now. Scary thing is that they get to use the Channelers to dig for answers. We're definitely going to need a bridge at some point. Get to activate a Seasoned Pyromancer. Block, block, chump. I'm looking that I could potentially top deck into another Karn with the Liquid Metal. God of Destiny looks pretty decent here. Pass turn, leaving Arbor Elf. I'm thinking I'm going to need to block with the Arbor Elf. First thing we'll probably get rid of with God of Destiny is a Wormcoil Engine. I think there's too many instants over there to worry about. But we're going to get rid of Wormcoil so that... Oops. So that I can get it back with a future Karn. Draw's no good for us. We'll pass the turn holding Forest. My opponent attacks us for 4. We negate 2 of it because of God of Destiny. I wonder if they're holding like a Bob or something. They don't want to take any more damage. Let's start taking their cards away from them on the off chance we live long enough. Bolt makes this interesting because that's another 2 damage to them. We're keeping ourselves afloat because of God of Destiny. Again, a perfect example of where God of Destiny is helping us stabilize this game long enough to potentially win the game. Follow up Lightning Bolt and the game's over. My opponent thought seizes me, probably game over. All right, well, in response to that, take 3. Can I Karn a card in exile? Yes. Yes. It's from outside the game is how it reads. Opponent's at 5, 3-turn clock. This doesn't quite do 3. Love to get like a Seasoned Pyromancer or something that could chump block this. It's looking pretty good for us. This changes everything. That's the bonus of God of Destiny and Karn. You'll read here, you may reveal an artifact card you own from outside the game. There's a Dark Confidant. That's right, get him in there. Pithing Needle, naming Karn. Chandra, something like that. So this is 6 damage, but they have no cards in hand. Ho ho ho. How brutal. Nice top deck. Thanks, deck. Bridge, they need a way to remove this now. Dark Confidant, trigger. I hope they don't take more than 1. Bloodstained Mire. They're alive. Got the GGs. Seasoned Pyromancer. Ooh, hold on. They gave me the GGs and then Seasoned Pyromancer. Keep passing so Confident kills them. Could. K-Command, 2 damage upstairs. Oh, they kill. They kill it with a Blood Chief's Thirst. They're going to give themselves another chance here. Oh, they're dead. Unless they have Pulse. Running bridges. Calico, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. You figured it out? You figured it out on mobile? Yeah, Klothys is a must trigger. There's Croxum. Finally. Not dead yet. I guess not. He's a Pyromancer. You're right, you're not dead yet, opponent. You got this. Klothys owns this deck so bad. It allowed us to stabilize. A 4/4 is definitely no joke. Definitely no joke. I really like Channeler. In fact, you could potentially play Channeler in this list. We just were able to almost like a little bit of that Punisher, like this is an inevitability. You're going to die to this. It's like super strong. The fact that it gains a little bit of life, it's great. Like I said, this would be probably the stronger of all the splashes, but if you like a good discard list, or you like a good like kind of like Manatide and the Nahiri list, you can play different splashes. But we got to find the red prison list that's straight red, and I think Chandra's doing the best of that. All right, a little Luris action here. We're on the play. We'll pass turn. The other thing is not everyone's expecting Blood Moon from necessarily this stuff, because the meta's so wide open. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, hammer time. This could be interesting. Very much hammer time. Okay. I'm going to leave that open, make it look like I have a bolt. No, the Luris means that it's hammer time. Oh, shoot. Ink Moth. Ink Moth. Sigardazade. Uh-oh. Attack. I can't block with my Arbor Elf. Colossal Hammer. Well, we have a few things to do here. This is a good reason why Pillage is a good card for us. So, that is now on the ground. But they can give it... Oh. Hope they don't have hammer plus land. Just hope. Get bridged. I want to pillage the Ink Moth. I'm afraid that they're going to have mana to save it from the Giver. We've got to empty our hand ASAP. Maybe I can get God of Destiny to help us. There's a land. They put Lurse to hand. I have an opportunity to pillage away the Ink Moth here. This is really big for us. Could moon it too, yeah. Oh my gosh, can I moon and get rid of the white? Man, if I do that and this attacks me and I die, I'm gonna be sad. All right, the reason I'm hesitating here is I probably need to still kill the Giver. What I probably need to do is just play the Utopia Sprawl down and like Blood Moon here. And then use as much as I can next turn. Now I could Blood Moon or I could Pillage, getting rid of Lurrus. And I think I'm almost more tempted to just Pillage this away so that the Blood Moon, although good right now, doesn't need to happen. Blood Moon is probably just safer. But I think there's an argument that you could do for Pillage. I guess if my opponent plays an Ornithopter here, I'm going to want to Pillage it. Where if I have like Seasoned Pyromancers and stuff, I can block this. So we need to be able to block Giver and hope that they don't have Hammer plus the Shadow Spear here. We could have pillaged the Plains for Lurrus, but I don't think Lurrus matters here. I think we're most afraid of an Ornithopter. In which case the Giver is going to stop us from killing one in the future. Stoneforge. This is a problem. There's a hammer. Attacks. Doesn't attack. All right. How much can I make here? 1, 2 float, put this on, that's 3. Problem is we have 2 creatures now, and we have this that can get protection. I need to probably get the Seasoned Pyromancer out now. Even though I would like to get the God of Destiny to help, it's probably just a Seasoned Pyromancer turn, so I need the tokens. We'll make a little bit of green here for the future. And we'll make tokens and then have two colors to block. 2 colors to block with. It's actually not a bad thing to have, the Lightning Bolt. Okay. Because I can always untap and get a little bit of red here. And I could bolt something in response to maybe Giver protecting. Bolt's reasonably clutch, but not... I'm not out of it yet. I need a way to kill an in-the-air Ornithopter, which I guess is the Bolt. When it attacks me. Bolt pre-combat, then they just protect. So I allow that to happen, because it has to happen. Protection from red. Blocking. Gonna untap here as well. This way I can bolt the giver. Be empty-handed. They can save the giver with a colossal hammer if they want it. Spider, what's up? How's it going? It's a raid. My opponent taps white mana here. They've got Luris in hand. I guess they can use Ornithopter if they want to. I'm going to go ahead and bolt Giver so things don't get protection in the future. Cower before the might of Spider. Connor, man. The chain raids. You took a beating tonight? Nice. All right, look. So my opponent uses a Colossal Hammer to protect the Giver. Now we are good on the bridge now. We just are very dead to an Ornithopter in the future. New bolt. I'm gonna wait on this. Maybe they'll play Luris first. I doubt they will. Yeah, we need a win condition. All right. So we bolt now. I actually don't want them to lose this Mystic because they're just going to bring it back with Luris and get whatever they need. Can you tell opponent in chat that they would respect? No. I don't interact with my opponents. So here's Luris. They're going to rebuy this next turn. Or they can rebuy it now. Just sitting here with Bridge, hoping no more Ornithopters. Hoping no more Ornithopters. Gotta find that win condition. We're playing against Hammer. Ask you anything? Sure, how many Ornithopters did they play? No, none. We're not about that arc. Go back to Varos's chat if you want, BM. What is this? Oh, moves Colossal Hammer over. Nice. Bridge. True, Evan is toxic. Oh my gosh. Poor Evan. I need that win condition faster than they are. Oh no, don't kill me. Alright. That was good. They ended up moving the Colossal Hammer over so they could attack with the Ornithopter. Average IQ. Man, that hurt. Alright. Torpor, Pithy Needle can probably come in here. Anger of the Gods isn't the worst. Not the worst, definitely. Kitchen Finks is like, doesn't matter this game. Trim a little bit of this too. Let's go. Looks like opponent is on Laplace Jan's list. So no Cranial. See, I need a Braids instead of my Pillages, but that's what we're running. Tomahawk, there's a large probability that I won't have enough red too. What I like to put first, yes. Because we have so many forests. You got to keep that in mind. All right. Keep. Play a Mountain Pass. I don't think my life total matters that much, but hey, Bolt. is a thing. No cover plains, springleaf drum, bobble, bobble. No creature, interesting. Now they're just gonna check everything that I draw here. I'll just put a stomping ground in, go. They had no creature. That's silly goose. Trigger, trigger. Plains. Stoneforge. Bobble. All right. We go ahead and bolt this. This should activate the springleaf drum to maybe do something. Nope. Okay. Let's go ahead and I think just pillage here. Pillage seems reasonable. Get rid of a plains here. See if my opponent has more lands. We could maybe Chandra down tick. Really just in a bad state if they get a Sigarda's Aid. It's Paladin. There's a hammer. This is a redraw. Okay. We're going to go ahead and Chandra down tick now. It's kind of like autopilot back and forth. This looks good though because I can use Seasoned Pyromancer plus Bridge this coming turn. The core Firewalker's pretty good. Giver. One, two, three. Seasoned Pyromancer, getting rid of Windswept Stone Rain. Seeing what else I draw, hoping it's land plus something else so I can kind of shrink down what I've got going on here. So Utopia Sprawl and an Anger. Dang it. Well, we haven't really missed. I think I play... Man, I don't want to play Anger. But then I do. Bridge doesn't totally stop anything, though. I'm going to risk a lot here and do Anger to clear the Giver runes. I know it doesn't clear the core Firewalker here. We're losing Chandra either way, but I can clear my hand pretty easily after this. We lose to Sigarda's Aid plus Colossal Hammers here, but I think this is our best shot. Vesper ended up 3-2. Silent Clearing. Luris 2-hand. Not the worst, I guess. Pillage. All right. Well, bridge down. Good luck us. They might get a Pure Steel Paladin back here, which makes me want to get rid of the Colossal Hammer. All right, Pure Steel Paladin. This one's from hand. It's an interesting one because now we can play Luris, play Bobble, and this can now attach things. Who's that? My wife. Calico, have a good one. Brittany documentary. Nice. It's a big Luris. It's so funny because Pillage doesn't really do a... Ooh, hold up. That was a good draw. All right, we're gonna play Karn here. Gonna stop things. I think I kind of want to go down here and get a Graph Digger's Cage. Maybe I don't. Maybe we just go up. Just go up and pass here. I've got this pillage I've got to worry about at some point. Maybe I don't want it to fall off. I want it to stay stuck to Luris. But yes, you could. Cage because Luris draws a card every turn. Karn stops that. That's true, they can't re-equip. It's an ink moth I gotta deal with now. Okay. Cage doesn't really super matter. I suppose it does for something like a Stoneforge or whatever, but my opponent decides Bobble is more important. Draws with Silent Clearing here. And a Giver. Goodness. Stop. Plays a Stoneforge out of hand here. What else are we gonna do? It's another Colossal Hammer. All right, so we find ourselves a Blood Moon. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana here. I could kill Bobble. I'm not going to do that. So I think it's gonna have to be the moon. We could get a cage. Could get liquid metal coating soon. We're dying pretty hard to some colossal hammers that my opponent could have. They've got one in hand. Can't let everything attack me. That would be bad. This is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. We're going to try the liquid metal coating. We're only but a few spells they need away from killing us. Only a few spells. But we'll go ahead and do this. We'll stop on their draw. Should be fine. Stop a land briefly here. I can pillage some white mana, which is kind of important for a Sigarda's Aid. If they get a Sigarda's Aid, we probably lose here. Play another Pure Steel Paladin. I guess Rakdos is dead now. We just played against that. There's a Colossal Hammer to draw some. I don't know if that was the right play to just put it in, but they drew 2. Plays another land. It's a Marsh Flats. Gonna attack for a little bit here. Okay. Not a lot I can do against this. I need to be able to empty my hand. Spring Leaf Drum. There's the Ornithopter. All right, Pithy Needle. All right, so let's go ahead and kill lands. Luckily, I can pillage away the Ornithopter, which is the problem cards for us. Gonna name Giver of Runes. So the problem here that we have is that Karn needed to go up briefly here. If I go ahead and kill this, Luris happens. So I should have gotten that cage a long time ago. If I don't use the pillage though, if I don't use it, they attack Karn. So I've goofed up from way earlier, not getting that cage when we went for it. We're gonna pillage a land, try to take them off lands here, so that they can't actually use a hammer. Now keep in mind, we see 2 hammers already in play. This one's a 3rd hammer anyway, so they're just looking for a Sigarda's aid. If they find it, we're dead. So killing lands here is probably the most important thing. I could find another pillage and then use Karn to go get a cage to stop this from rebuying. But I think I'd just pillage a snow-covered plains anyway. The other thing I could do now is get a Walking Blist on 2, but that's... we kind of run into still the same problem here. The same problem being that if they get this Sigarda's aid, they just kill us. So let's get rid of the white mana first. Please no. Dang it. Well, they play a land, so they don't have the kill here. They can do enough at Karn. And this isn't very good because now they can move things around. But this is 3 of them out now. 3 Colossal Hammers. You get to draw some here too. So they're killing Karn, which I guess isn't the worst. They're gonna get to draw a lot now with the baubles. So yeah, that no get cage earlier and just going up was a real mistake. It's a pretty big mistake. They have another Ornithopter. They're gonna have to find their last hammer. That might not be enough though. I'm at 19. Play Arbor Elf past turn. Huh. This will be interesting because we already see all the hammers in here and they can't move these around at instant speed. 21-ish disenchants. Yeah, they'll find that and then just swing, right, with the bridge. Out of the way. Guess I wouldn't be surprised at that. I think we could have had this game too if I wouldn't have gotten that cage. Though, I wouldn't have found the other pillage and they probably wouldn't have gone after me with their Ornithopter then. Tough to say. Another Pure Steel Paladin. Opponent can attack in the air if they want to. New Karn. Alright. So what do we get with this Karn? Get another bridge? I think I go get another bridge. Well, I think the cage is sailed. I need to protect the bridge now. Why would I go get... Why would I... I need to protect that I have multiple bridges now, right? If I get a cage and they just top deck... I mean, they're just gonna bobble, right? I probably should just kill the white. I don't know. I'm going to kill the white. I don't think I have to get cage here. What is cage stopping right now that I'm worried about? Nothing. I don't see why cage is an immediate need. We already goofed up. Anger's an out if I cage? Possibly. Alright, we're gonna go get a walking ballista. Alright, getting walking ballista here. We're gonna just pump this appropriately and then we can ping things off. I don't know, I don't think cage was the right call. There we go. We're good. We're good. We have the Giver of Runes taken care of there, so. It was all fine. We goofed it up 10 times. Don't worry about it. It was a tough matchup, but I think we goofed up earlier. I think if we didn't goof up, we could have had that a little bit earlier. I just didn't count for the... I didn't count for the Ornithopter to come back from the pillage attack that then the Luris brings it back. No, I don't. I mean, we killed the lands. It was great, but I really don't think that was the winning line. Ugh. I really think we could do a lot better with that cage. All right, I'm gonna keep this. It's a risky keep. I like it though. We have 2 draws for a land here. I've got Utopia Arbor Elf. We've got some removals as well. Sigarda's Aid's a great one for my opponent. Should defend them pretty well. Bunch of baubles here. We are drawing a land. Excellent. We'll start with an Arbor Elf. Go ahead, opponent. Go ahead. Might just pillage a land here. We'll see what they draw off of these cards here. See what they play. Let's see what they play. Ink Moth. Okay. Make red here. I can't, unfortunately, bold, but I can pillage. So that's nifty. Boom. Okay. We're on the destroy lands plan, sort of. Another Ink Moth. We're doing it again. All right, we're gonna do Karn here. Karn downtick Pithing Needle. Where's my Pithing Needle? Did I accidentally bring it in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait, where's my Pithing Needle? Did I have? No. No, I went and got it with Karn because we went and got it and did it on the Giver. Oh no. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? No. Upside of liquid metal coating. Let's go. Did I really draw it? Why would I put that in my list? That's for a Karn target. Why did I bring it in? What did I bring it in for? Oh my gosh, we just lose here. Oh my gosh, I'm alive. Oh my gosh, I'm alive. We're alive. We did it. Now I don't know what I want to do. Oh, I could kill the aid. That's something we could do. One, two, three, four, five. Guess Ink Moth's not that scary here. Let's play Liquid Metal Coating and let's get rid of the aid. And when they go to attach the hammer here, then we get it, right? Let's watch them save this. Would you like to save your Sigarda's aid with that Colossal Hammer that you have in your hand? I know you just got that and you didn't kill me with Ink Moth, so... Would you like to save this? Cool. Saved. Alright. This will be fun because now they can smash me for this damage. Oh, they put it on Stoneforge. Why'd you do that? You could have saved this and attacked me, you silly person. This person's gonna learn something today. Thought sees his bridge away. Oh, it's been a fun day. Oh my gosh. Can I Chandra, Liquid Metal Coating, and Bolt? Maybe. That'd be crazy, though. Who would do that? Who would do that? Not this guy. That's too logical. Lures to hand. I feel like we've really screwed this up. And I'm getting frustrated. I need to focus. So we have a Luris in hand. Luris gets back Colossal Hammer if we allow that to come back. This turn is probably... Blood Moon? I guess that coming back is not the scariest thing. Let's play a Chandra and what? Pillage? And pillage away the Colossal Hammer. And when they play Luris, then we have Anger. They replay Hammer or Sigarda's Aid. We're hoping that they can't do like everything here. Like an extra land messes us up. Dang it. Plays Luris, swings with Stoneforge, hooks it up with the Colossal Hammer. I guess I can't do that because they have to do Sigarda Aid this turn. So then I get to Anger. Okay, we're maybe okay-ish. This is close. Oh, don't take this Anger. Don't take this Anger. I deserve everything wrong with this league. I've screwed this up so bad. Takes Blood Moon. Leaves me with Anger. I don't agree with that. Okay. Anger everything and see what happens. We have one card in their hand. So, Anger, and then Seasoned Pyromancer, and see what happens. Oops. I don't know what's happening. Choosing to ignore it and hoping that I get one more turn here with the Karn. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anything that's happening. This is all just... a mistake. What a great Thoughtseize. What a great Thoughtseize. No. Oh, I swear, you get a hammer here. They have an unknown card. Attacks me for 1. Damage resolves. Oh my gosh, you got the hammer. They got the hammer. We were gonna stop this too. Arbor Elf played an uptick for a Blood Moon. I deserved that loss. We're 2-2. Let's make it a 3-2 night all around. Let's go. They run 4 Ink Moths. All right, 2-2. My opponent's apparently 0-2. The poor soul. We're gonna decimate them. Look at this hand. Turn 2 Karn. This is what we came to play. Let's go. Arbor Elf on turn 1. I might, Corey. I just have to do it at the end. No, don't Thoughtseize Inquisition. Don't take anything. Fatal Push. All right. All right. All right, Connor, man. Take care. Have a good one. Utopia Sprawl after the Stomping Ground. Naming red. No turn 2 Karn. That's okay. Maybe we'll do a turn 3 Karn. Wrench Mine. Unless they discard an artifact. Discard the artifact. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. You like the Stone Rain art? It's kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and put Karn. Let's go ahead and see if I can get a liquid metal coating. See, there's my Pithing Needle. It's back in the list. 8 rack. I can't leave. Yes, you can. You can leave. Inquisition. What do you want? Stone Rain, Liquid Metal Coating, or Seasoned Pyromancer? All of these are great cards. I got the sniffles. Takes Liquid Metal, leaving me with Stone Rain and Seasoned Pyromancer. Raven's Crime. Let's get rid of a Seasoned Pyromancer. Rack. Okay. Okay. We take a little bit of damage here. Let's empty the hand, which seems a little counterintuitive. But we're going to do this to also Stone Rain a land here. I'm going to go up and pass turn. We're then going to fill our hand, but putting the Arbor Elf down gives me the ability to potentially do Worm Coil. We'll see if they have a removal spell. The Shrieking Affliction, all right. What is this league? It's the League of Doom. Trigger, trigger. Let's go get that Worm Coil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on to the last card here and hope I can attack with Worm Coil. And we'll probably put something else into my hand here with the Karn. Constantly putting things in. This could be a Liliana. Liliana uptick. It's not the scariest thing, I suppose. Downtick, I'll get rid of Arbor Elf. Want to gain 6. There goes a Utopia Sprawl. Empty-handed once again. We'll take our 6. Obviously, I have to attack a Liliana. Seasoned Pyromancer's super nice, though. Can get that back. Trigger, trigger. Let's attack for 6. I'm wondering if there's anything I want to get here. I don't think there really is, honestly. I could get a walking ballista. Let's do that. Walking ballista. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. 1, 2. Uptick here on rack. Walking ballista the rack. It's a little less damage and I have an active worm coil. That seems decent. Ooh, this play. Woohoo! Get rid of that. I think that's a good play. That's a solid play. Did you see that? Solid. All right. I feel like I should like just have some of my artifacts in here for the wrench mine. That was sick. 6 mana. I mean, then I just beat a Shrieking Affliction like big time. All right, we'll keep this sweet one. Look at this. This hand great. I could have minused and done that, but I like getting rid of the rack. Raven's Crime. All right. I'm gonna get rid of a land. I feel like it'll be fine. We'll be good. Don't worry, everyone. Everyone panicking over there. We got this. We got this. We're gonna Season Pyromancer. Gonna draw some great stuff. The moons in case they have a bunch of castles again. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. We played into their trap. Smallpox incoming. To be very honest with you. Just gotta get things out there. Just gotta get stuff out there. My opponent's got 1 land now. Exactly. I can't do anything about a smallpox. I've just gotta commit to the board. We're about to pillage them. It's gonna be great. We drew a pillage here, Utopia Sprawl, resetting ourselves. My opponent's only gonna have 2 lands. Incoming smallpox number 2. Look, it's a mutavault. Now guess what we're gonna do? Pillage the swamp. Look, it's just rack. Just double rack. It'll be fine. Watch this. Watch this. Shocking, don't care. Pillage swamp. Get out of here. Opponent can't Inquisition, can't Thoughtseize, can't nothing. Nothing. Can't even Mutavault. That's not black mana. Exactly. Pass it back to me. Thanks. Double rack triggers. I actually kind of like Kitchen Finks a little more here. We'll do Season Pyromancer next. Gain a little bit of life, pass the turn back. Look at this. We're taking on rack like a champ. Ooh, Castle Lochthwain. Dun, dun, dun. They found black. Rackin'. We're going to convert Season Pyromancer into 2 tokens and start smashing my opponent's face. Look at these cards. Look at these cards. Oh. Play down a Blood Moon. They won't have any black mana. Look at this. Please no Liliana. Please no Liliana. Please no Liliana. Please no Liliana. Please be Raven's Crime. Raven's Crime, please. This one right here. Yeah. Get rid of Karn. Get out of here, Karn. We don't want you, Karn. Go away, Karn. All right, I think we can win from here. We're doing 5, 6, 7. It's almost a 2-turn clock here. Just gonna slap down the Blood Moon so they don't have black mana and smash their face. Holding all cards from here on out. Look at that Blood Moon. That pretty Blood Moon. It is the right way to win this league. Blood Moon in play. My opponent has no basic swamps here. Double rack. Finds another castle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep. Some pretty mountains. Pretty mountains. Now, if they got another rack, things would get very interesting. But we got the bolt. We hit him for 7. Game, set, match. 3-2 overall with Gruul Red Prison. Gruul Red Prison. Gruul Red Green Prison. Here in Modern. We beat Rack there pretty good. Whoa, sneeze. All right. What do we play? 3-2 Gruul. John B took this to a 5-0 already, so that's pretty good. Whoa. Karnza. It does Karnza things. I think we really screwed up that hammer time league. I think we could have done that a little bit better. There's probably an argument to having a little more pillages. Oh my god. There's probably an argument for more pillages instead of the Stone Rain. Stone Rain's a little bit easier to cast. Sometimes we don't even play the Molten Rain because the 2 mana, 2 red is a bit difficult. Kitchen Finks was pretty nice. Actually, the fact that we played Vesperlark with Kitchen Finks and now this with Kitchen Finks kind of makes me wonder if Kitchen Finks is making a little bit of a comeback, at least in these builds. Thank you, Corey. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I think the list is pretty sweet. It's doing the cool things with Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl. Just be a bit careful with your mana. I think this could have a Chandra Heart of Fire in it, potentially, if you wanted to go just a touch bigger. You could play Glory Bringers if you wanted to as well. I think it's a good approach to playing something that does not have Chalice in it. And I think the best things you can do is definitely a Bolt. Pithing Needles are pretty good. But the fact that you can play like Arbor Elves and Utopia Sprawls as well is just kind of icing on the cake. Karn plus Liquid Metal Coating and Pillage is always a nice, real cool thing to do as well, because you can like reanimate and remove things, and it's just nice. Definitely have more options because you're in green. Obviously, you're playing a Karn package, but you could, I don't know, you could, I don't know, Wormcoil is pretty good, but you could build with other green cards in here to gain even more life if you find yourself against a lot of burn in the meta. Yeah, Elder Gargaroth is a good example of a card like that. 3-2 though, been a 3-2 night. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.